going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday. Hopefully the coffee is hot as the takes. And the Minnesota Fighting Vikings fortunately did not make the divisional round. And surprisingly, they still played the games. Kind of shocking. But I wanted to run through the 4 divisional round games and preview the NFC and AFC title games, which are going to be pretty good, not going to lie. So first off, the Chiefs Jaguars. Duval had a fantastic run. Love that they had that comeback against the Chargers, but it is what it is, and the Chiefs got it done. Now, it was a very near-run thing because Mahomes had that right ankle injury, one of the ankles. Anyways, he hurt his ankle. High ankle sprain. TBD how effective he's going to be in the AFC title game at home against the Bengals. Also, we avoided all this neutral site nonsense if Buffalo would have won, but whatever. But Mahomes is 22 of 30 for with 2 touchdowns, and also he did come back after he got that ankle taped up. Chad Henne coming out of nowhere, man, leading a 98-yard touchdown drive, which is hilarious. Isaiah Pacheco had an amazing game. Kelsey's top tight end in the NFL. Kadarius Toney. I mean, you think that the Giants would have incorporated Toney into their offense somehow, some way, but whatever. And Jacksonville, I mean, they fought the good fight. I think the Jaguars will be back. I think that they're a super talented team. I do think that Lawrence is going to be a superstar. I do think that Doug has a nice connection there. So and also, who else is going to win the AFC South? All right, so Jacksonville will be back, but Mahomes is the league MVP this year. Respect where it's due. Hopefully his ankle won't impact him in the AFC title game and potentially the Super Bowl. Then you got 38-7, where this one hurt because this game wasn't even about the Eagles or the Giants. This game ended up being about the Vikings because, I mean, how did the Vikings give up 31 points to this Giants team? How do the Vikings give up 431 yards to this Giants team? And it's just embarrassing the way that the Vikings defense operated against the Giants at home. And then Philly, the 1 seed at home, just absolutely woodshedded the Giants for the 3rd time this season. Jalen Hurts counted for 3 touchdowns, threw for 2, ran for 1. The Eagles as a whole ran for 268 yards, just completely bashed up that Giants front, which is something the Vikings obviously could not do. Daniel Jones got sacked 5 times, looked completely mortal, and was really lost out there. Giants only had 227 total yards. And with Sirianni, I actually like the swagger. I think that it fits, the whole FU, Philly mentality, and I think that he fits hand in glove with that city. So, I mean, Philly hosting San Francisco, NFC title game, that's going to be a pretty good one. Then Sunday games. So, what really stood out to me is that, like, when you saw Joe Burrow just out there nonchalantly with those warm-up tosses, just like swagged out. Like, didn't matter that he was 5.5-point underdogs. Didn't matter that he was on the road in the snow. It's just like whatever. And Burrow threw for 242 and 2. Mixon ran for $105 and 1. Mixon and Pirine really put away that game in the second half, just bashing up that Bills front 7. They ended up having a number of injuries in that secondary. Also, you had Jamar Chase, Hayden Hurst with touchdowns. I mean, 14-0 early, and that was it. I mean, that was ball game, and big time respect to Bengals defense coordinator Lou Anarumo. He should and could be getting some head coaching interviews and some love. I mean, it's like hiring the Bengals defensive coordinator to be your head coach. It always works out, man. Yeah, there you go. But for the Bills, I mean, you saw the reports of Diggs stormed out of the locker room. Obviously, Diggs wants to win, and this ain't happening right now. But, I mean, this Bills team has to be more than just Josh Allen. Like, they can't just rely on him. They got to be able to run the ball consistently because you've seen what happens. Like, when Josh Allen presses, that's when you make mistakes. That's when he throws picks. That's when he has turnovers, right? So, I think the Bills have to have, like, a mini retool because the Bengals aren't going anywhere. The Chiefs obviously aren't going anywhere. And you got teams like the Jaguars. You got teams like the Chargers that are starting to rise up. So who knows? Who knows, man? And then lastly, I mean, at least this game was close and interesting for the most part. Yeah, Brett Maher watch. It's like, he had an extra point blocked after the first touchdown, which wasn't even going to be close. But the Niners won and covered 19-12. And what's interesting is that the defense overall controlled Brock Purdy. Had a pretty pedestrian game. They got pressure on him. They got heat. But the other side of the ball, I mean, so Dak came off his 5-touchdown game against the Bucs, and like all the narratives is like, oh, Dak has flipped the script, and then he just came out here again, against the number 1 defense in the NFL, and just looked bad. 23 of 37, 206, 2 interceptions, and just in high leverage spots, he didn't have it. Just wasn't there. And also, like the second to last drive where they also could have tied it up. I mean, it was just a comedy of errors having that 3 and out. And also, that last play, they run the hook and ladder, but you had Zeke as the center. It was just so stupid. Again, I understand that you're just trying to get as many speed guys and playmakers on the field as possible, but it's so idiotic. It's crazy, man. But anyways, glad that I actually like and respect the Niners. I like what they're doing. I wish that the Vikings would build a defense like that. I wish the Vikings would be solid in the trenches like that. But, and then on Sunday, championship games, you got Niners at Eagles, going to be the early game on Fox. And then you got Bengals at Chiefs. That's going to be, both these games are just going to be fan-freaking-tastic, man. But that's it. Again, kind of bummed that the Vikings aren't in the divisional round, but is what it is. Recapping the 4 games. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.